Hello, Burbank. I'm Mayor Jess Talamantes. For this Mayor's Show, we are lucky enough to be talking with the three people who played key roles in the development of Warner Brothers' Second Century project. Designed by world-renowned architect Frank Gehry, the Second Century office towers are named in recognition of Warner Brothers' 100th anniversary in 2023. The 800,000 square foot office complex sits opposite the studio and will be home to 4,000 Warner Brothers employees and collaborators. Here's some background on who you will be meeting. Mr. Frank Gehry. His works are considered among some of the most celebrated in contemporary architecture. In 1947, Mr. Gehry immigrated from Canada to the U.S., graduated from USC School of Architecture, and has studied at the Harvard Graduate School of Design and in Paris, where he worked for architect André Raymonde. In 1962, he established his own firm in Los Angeles. His buildings are unconventional works of art that emphasize movement, shape, distortion, and play. They are found all over the world: the Dancing House in Prague, the Guggenheim Museum in Spain, and within the U.S., 8 Spruce Street in Lower Manhattan, the Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle, and closer to home, the Walt Disney Concert Hall in downtown L.A. Jeff Worthe is president of Worthe Real Estate Group and a principal of M. David Paul Ventures, both Santa Monica-based companies. Worthe Real Estate Group focuses on the acquisition, development, and management of Class A projects across the LA region. His firms have developed and managed properties of more than 7 million square feet. Lisa Harris is head of global real estate at Warner Media and is responsible for the company's real estate portfolio comprised of approximately 18 million square feet across more than 240 locations worldwide. Some of the larger projects she is currently working on include Second Century in Burbank, Ivy Station in Culver City, and the Techwood campus in Atlanta, Georgia. I hope you enjoy this discussion as much as I had hosting it. Ms. Harris, you get the first question. How long were the plans to build Second Century and some of the factors that went into the discussions prior to getting started?
Well, the original concept, we decided that the opportunity that we were presented at the Burbank studio lot was really incredibly attractive in that we could grow both our production space and also occupy the iconic towers designed by Mr. Gehry on the edge of the lot.
Excellent. Mr. Worthe, can you explain the negotiation process and relationship with Warner and Mr. Gehry?
Well, the relationship with Warner Brothers goes back to before I was involved with the family business, so it goes back to the 80s. I'm not that old yet. And we treasure that relationship with Warner Brothers through all the history. This transaction was complicated by all those moving pieces you mentioned. It involved 5 different pieces of real estate that all got either bought or sold or will be eventually traded, plus 2 new buildings that are behind us. What complicated this a little bit was during the transaction, Warner Brothers was acquired by AT&T, and the government decided they wanted to review that transaction. So that held us up for a number of years. So we were, one of the advantages we had is by the time we finally got started, we had committed to this project before Warner Brothers was in a position to commit to it. So our drawings were very far along. So we had advanced a lot of the planning to get to a place where once they were ready to go, we could move quickly.
Mr. Gehry, welcome. Thank you for being here. Now, why did your firm think this was a good fit? Getting into, obviously, you've had relationships for many years, but this particular project.
I knew the site, and I'd worked with Disney, not here, but other places. Mm-hmm. And I liked the sense of creativity, that it was a creative hub for many years. It exudes it exuded creativity. This is where it was happening in terms of the media, I think, and we all knew that. And so coming here was joyous. When he brought this project to me, I just felt great. The feeling that the creative spirit in this neighborhood is pretty powerful. A lot of
Burbank is the media capital of the
it's-
world.
Yeah, so
You know, so
what the hell? Bob
you've
Hope
come-
used to live here.
there
I
you
think.
go. Yeah. So you've come to the right place. Thank you.
So it feels good.
Yeah.
And I think what we've tried to do is continue that, to make something that is going to feel good to be in, that's not just a dumb office building, something that's got character and humanity to it, so people feel it's not predictable. I'm so happy to be part of it. I can't. I brag about it all the time.
You should. I mean, I'll be looking forward to the ribbon cutting
Okay, me too.
in 2023.
Yes, it's coming up in very short order.
Well, from the Centennial Mayor.
That's right.
In 2011, Burbank celebrated their centennial, and I happened to be mayor at that time. So, you know, it's a big honor, and I'm looking forward to attending another centennial celebration.
Absolutely. We
Excellent.
can't wait to host it. The plans are very much already underway.
You can imagine. Mr. Worthe, and we talked a little bit about that, the challenges of putting the development together and the unique design. What did you have in mind when you spoke to Warner Brothers as well to the architect?
Well, you don't walk into Frank's office with something in mind. You walk out of it maybe with something in mind, right? So I didn't have anything in mind. I just knew we had a great site, you know, a great partnership with Warner Brothers, and we wanted to do something. You know, what we try to do is, this is the 13th building we've built in Burbank, and each one's better be better than the last one, right? That's the goal. So we don't, you know, we want to make sure we didn't do one of those dumb buildings he just referred to. So we knew if we went with this firm, we were going to get something special, and that was the idea, is just to do something that we'd all be proud of. I mean, we all drive by this, both on the, as you mentioned, on the roads, on the freeways, and you know, I like our family to go by and be proud of what we've done here. So that's what drove the design to be something different than we've ever done before.
Ms. Harris, as construction continues, what are some of the primary concerns that Warner Brothers has had prior to the development?
Well, first and foremost, Warner Brothers Discovery is a creative company, and the core of a creative company is its creative talent, which is our employees and everyone that we work with. So we really want to be sure that we create the right space for the future. Even before the pandemic, we were worried about creating flexible office space where people have multiple places to work during a day, where they have access to the right office and technical space. We are concerned about making sure employees have the right amenities that really attract them to come in and do their best work. And, you know, we are also concerned with sticking with our values, right? We are watching out for the environmental certifications. The building will be LEED and WELL certified. At the end of the day, we can't wait to move in and really use the building to help us succeed in our mission, which is storytelling.
Mr. Gehry, can you explain what the architect's role is during the construction?
During construction, we have people on site that work with Jeff's team and with the construction people. And over the years, we developed a system of producing drawings using state-of-the-art computer programs. We developed a special thing it was called Gehry Technologies at one point, where we worked with Boeing software it's a no-brainer. The software is there. You can make buildings so precise that you can eliminate change orders and all the misunderstandings that normally go into construction. So we were using that system here, and of course the client is committed to that, and it's been a valuable tool. We decided not to work on the interiors because I felt that that was a very personal involvement with individuals in the company.
Mr. Worthe, what makes you the proudest?
So we're very proud of everything we have done in this city. We're proud of this project, and we better be proud of the remaining few that we have. We're working on another one across the street together now, so hopefully that'll be something as special as this.
Why should the Warner Brothers employees be excited to work in the Second Century project?
Well, I mean, as I said before, Burbank, this piece of land is the center of creativity for many years. So the DNA of the site is exciting.
So it appears that your creativity, along with Warner Brothers' creativity, made a good match.
Well, I hope I inspire them, not turn them off. So I hope this is a building that they come to and say, wow, this is a new place to be. Woo.
Well, before you even get into the building, just outside,
so
you have a wow factor. My last question for the group, what do you think the impact of the Second Century buildings will be in generations to come?
Well, I feel certain that the buildings are going to be iconic for years to come. I mean, much like the Warner Brothers Water Tower. I think it's something that people will look for in Burbank and be proud of. And I know that the buildings will fulfill Frank Gehry's mission for inspiring creativity.
I think hopefully it becomes a little bit of an icon for the city, but and more importantly, for the generations that work there, that's what's important, that we created a place for them to enjoy going to work, an environment for them to tell stories.
Commercial buildings are hard to do that engender that kind of excitement. And we've tried to do that here. And I'm excited about it, looking at it under construction. I want them to turn the lights on and stuff and get ready. But when people come into it, that's the spirit of the building.
Right.
It's a new experience, and they're going to get it. And I hope they'll respond.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be very
So-
happy with the.
And I've had a lot of good fortune in being able to make buildings that do that.
That wouldn't be where it is if we didn't all have a strong commitment from the city of Burbank and a lot of trust between our firm with the city. We've done a lot of projects here. We're not going anywhere, so we're in it for the long haul, and I think that what the city's been able to do to help us, process this project has been very helpful.
Yeah, I would echo that. We've had 100 years almost, right, working with the city of Burbank, and we're definitely looking forward to another 100. We really appreciate the support.
So thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join us here today. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to Second Century opening its doors, and soon, a year away, and soon. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.